Well, welcome back, guys. Thank you very much for joining me back in a whole new world. So yes, it is another episode, and it is going to be shorter. I figure there's a lot of YouTubers out there who can do the 30-minute videos, which takes a hell of a lot of time when you think about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these shorter, so 10 to 15 minutes per episode, so that way you can grab it on the go. So what we're going to do today, as last episode we built the, what am I thinking? Mob farm. We built the mob farm. So this episode, what we got to go and do now is the 2 clocks underneath. I put the platforms there. That line there where the cursor is, that is where the level of hoppers have got to go. So what we're going to do this episode is we'll build the clocks, and then the last bit of the episode will be a time lapse of building the actual chutes down. So let's go up there and make a start on the actual clocks. Clocks are fairly simple. I'll explain as we go along. And yes, there will be a better way of getting up later on. Because the ladder definitely cannot go up through the middle of the mob farm, because that would be asking for trouble. It's just to allow ease for building. The other thing I'm doing this episode is I'm using a new recording software called Action. So we'll see how that plays out for this episode. And here we go. So this is the platform. This is where obviously our redstone torches are going to go up. I got some items here. So let's start. I got to think how I'm building this, because it's very difficult to remember all the time. So I'm just going to bring up that screen in a minute and bring up the other item here just to make sure I got this correct. Okay, so what we need to do is, if we go up in the middle, so what we need to do is we need to put a timer clock up here. Now I got to remember we don't want the redstone hitting here, so what we're going to have to do here is if we put our hoppers like so, and if I bring out this, and then with the other one I'll just do a quick jump cut for the next hopper and fall down, so it's handy. I am absolutely terrible at this game. There we go, so we got the hopper back. So now we put the hoppers running into each other, because all we're making up here is a hopper clock, and I've already done this wrong, I know. I get so confused so easily, it's unbelievable. Right. So what we need is a piston on top of these, with a 2 gap like so, and then underneath is where we want to place our little hopper clock. So we put one down like that, like so, and then put that into there. Right, and then we'll put that there. We don't want messy blocks, so have I got some diorite? Yes, I'll need those, and comparator. So what we're doing is we run a comparator out here, because that's going to then receive a signal from the hopper. And then on the end here, put it like so, we'll put a dollop of redstone on the end here. And again, same for this side. Now I won't be running the farm this episode, because I want to get this all sorted and buttoned up. But I also want to, when one of the owners is on, just to see if there's any issues. Cool. I did actually run it briefly, only on one segment, and the server seemed perfectly fine. But when you're running a lot, I just want to make sure there's no issues, because it'd be unfair if this caused issues, because it's not really fair to other people. So what we need to do then is, when this block is in this position, we need to get a feed out, like so, because this is going to change the direction of our slime block movers. And always the way, always run out of resources, right? But we should be able to get it from here. And if we put it in that corner there, nope. Hopefully it's just down there. Yep, we can just go there like so. I'm going to grab these items. I want to knock out this platform, because that's the clock bit. So as I said, this clock here is just purely for running the direction of the way the farm's going to go. Now underneath is where we're going to work on the pulse. That would have been hilarious, especially as soon as we want to cut this down to a 10-minute footage. So now with the hopper speeds on this server, it's about a third of what is in single player. So I used 15 items, so on here is going to be about 5. As I said, I run it briefly, and 5 seems about right. 4 is too little, and 5 is just about right. There's a minute or so delay. Well, not a minute or so delay. A couple of throwbacks delay, I should say. So the next thing we need to do is down here, we need to place a block up the top there, like so. So that feeds into there, and then what we do is we grab this piston, and this is going to have a slime blocks on it, just to save on the amount of pistons we need. And then if we place another block on the inside of this one, like so, and again piston block coming down, and again with some slime blocks on, like so. So when the clock up there is in the one position, this will be down and it go one way. Then when it's in this position, that's down, so it goes the other way. So what we need to do is sort out this bit here. So under here we want a line like so, and again on this side we need a line like that. And then this will be our feed line out, and I can see a problem already. Oh dear, trying to squeeze this in this space is crazy, but let's see if we can work that out in a second, because that is one of the redstone clock bits that go down there, and that's going to have a torch on it, so that's going to cause problems there. Give me a minute while I figure out how to put the spacing in. Give me 2 seconds. Right, so there we go. I just moved it around a little bit so it's not touching there. So now what we need to do is, I don't need those anymore, I need that. Did I put a block at the top there? No. I can always put one, jump up there and put one in there, it's not too big of an issue. Right, so at the bottom here, this is actually our timer clock, so this is actually what controls how this flows through. And this design has actually already been done. This is just an improvement on it using slime blocks instead of multiple pistons to push things down. So it's fairly compact in that way. So then we got these here, so we're running the redstone line here and here. Now this is where I got confused the previous time. This block actually is not required, nor is that one. And then at the top here we put another block like so. Now the reason is we put a repeater there and a repeater there. Slime blocks do conduct redstone power and current, etc. So that's why we have those in. We're going to put that on 2 ticks, that on 2 ticks, and that on 2 ticks. Now underneath we'll do exactly the same. So that runs into that block like so. Now we put a dollop of redstone there, and then all we have to do is put a block there, and then finally a torch like so. So now as you can see, that's all running, those are flashing along there. So now when one of these is down, let's actually show this. So if we place a redstone block in that gap at the top there, like so, and then if we grab 5 items like that, so as you can see, the one side now you're having the poles come through there and not through there. So then what will happen then is we'll have a line like so and a line like here, which will have redstone on, which is, these are our output lines for our pillar. So if I put block here, so you can actually see this in motion. So as you can see, we're getting pulses through there, and this is what's going to control the back and forth motion of the pistons up above. Now when we link this up in a minute, I'll do this in a jump cut as well, as we're going to, that's a positive, so that be off this one side, that has to be the negative, which has to be off the other side. So we have to line these up correctly. So we go positive, negative, positive, negative. Otherwise, if it went too positive, the pistons will be trying to fire at the same time and it won't work. So that is basically the clock. And those items I've gone and put in the wrong thing, haven't I? Right, let's grab those out a second. And if we put it in that one there, there we go. So those now should flow into there. As you can see, with here it is about a third of the speed of a normal hopper, which is good for the server because it will not put so much strain on it. There you go. So it switches. This now is getting the pulse from there. So this is the longer delay, and there we go. Switches back over. That's it. Hang on. Oh, something's not right there. I need to have a look at that. I've gone and done something wrong. Right. Never easy, yeah? Never easy. That's got redstone. Can I put redstone on that other side, I wonder? Oh, that ain't gonna work. I can't tell. So this is, there we go. That's the reason. That's why it's firing like that. There we go. There's always a reason. Nope. Should go for 5. There we are. I think it's all sorted now. Yep, all sorted. And I think we're already at the 10-minute mark. There we go. So it's switched over. So what we'll do now is we'll do the... I will link all this up underneath and do the other side. Then I'll bring it back quickly, and then we'll go into a time lapse, and then we're pretty much there for this 15-minute episode. Alright, see you in a second. Alright. There we go. The paths are now all in. And everything seems to be working okay. As ever that. Oh, God! Nope, gone for a swim. Right, so yes, I've got all the circuitry in, so everything's good to go. As I said, I won't be turning it on until Spaz is online, who's the owner of the server, or Kayako, who's also the co-owner, and we'll turn it on and see if there's any problems with the server. Hopefully not, because a lot of work has gone into this, and if it all goes pear-shaped now, it's crazy. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do, I will tidy up this bit, because on top of obviously the wires I've done, you can actually, it's a spawnable space, so we'll have to get rid of that. Make sure there's no spawnable space in that bit. Enclose it. And then what we'll do now is these chutes coming down. So we'll just go straight into a time lapse now, and we'll do all the chutes going down to the desired level. And then that's pretty much it for this episode. And then we're on to the next episode where we do the hopper assembly to get it down to this level here. So let's get on with it. Alrighty, here we go. Enjoy the time lapse. That is the chutes, the clocks, and everything else that is in. It looks like it looks huge, huge. Oh my word! At least it looks structurally sound, though. I don't know how I'm going to do this bottom bit to make it look structurally sound, but we have to do something. But yeah, that looks awesome. Absolutely awesome. Those towers that are coming down either side. That's where the on and off switch is going to send a signal up. Now this bit is going to be the complicated bit, because this is where the chicken cooker was going. And that runs straight through it. Well, we'll work around that. But that is it for this episode. I think it's going to be around the 15-minute mark, hopefully. So, yeah. All that's left to do is say goodbye. And I thank you and love you lots for watching. And if you did like the video, leave a like. Obviously, we're doing quite well, I think, on this project. But other than that, guys, thank you very much again, and bye!